I'm Sean.
We're Year 9 students at Kingsley School in Auckland. We're studying Japanese at the moment and we're wondering how can it help us in our future careers.
We've found a person who has a job related in Japanese. We're going to ask her a few questions about her job. But we can't film her at her workplace, so we're going to meet her at a cafe.
Okay, well let's go and check it out. Hi, this is Catherine. We're going to interview her today. Catherine, what is a consulate general?
A consulate general is a diplomatic mission, so it has some of the same functions as an embassy. So it does things like issue visas and issue passports, and it represents Japan in New Zealand.
How does it differ from an embassy?
Embassy is usually in the capital city. So in the case of New Zealand there is an embassy, but it's in Wellington, and in Auckland we have a consulate general that has similar function.
Do all countries have embassies, like in New Zealand?
In New Zealand, I think countries that have diplomatic relations with New Zealand will have embassies here, but maybe some smaller countries don't. Yeah.
How many staff usually work at a consulate general, and what are their roles?
Okay. At the Japanese consulate in Auckland, there are 17 staff. We have local staff and diplomats that come over from Japan, and the consular office does things like issue visas for people who want to go to Japan, and issues passports for Japanese citizens, and we also have a cultural section that arranges events, such as next week we'll be having a Japanese film week.
So what is your role? What do you do?
Okay, I'm an administrator for the JET program, which is a program for New Zealanders to go over and work in schools in Japan. I also organise the Japanese language proficiency test, so if you wanted to test your Japanese, you could try the test and see what your level of Japanese is like. And we also organise scholarships, government scholarships, so maybe if you wanted to study at university in Japan, you could apply for a scholarship.
What do you think the benefits are for New Zealanders who want to take JET?
The JET program? I think it's a good opportunity to live in Japan. Of course there's a salary, and I think it has very good support. So they already organise the accommodation for people and the transport to Japan, and yeah, I think it's a very easy way to go and work and live in Japan.
How did you become interested in Japan? Like the language, how did you?
Originally in university I studied French and German because I lived in England, and usually we study European languages. So Japanese was very interesting for me because it's so different to European languages.
What qualifications, skills and experience do you need to have to take this job?
Okay, for my job at the consulate, I think you have to be able to use Japanese, so reading and writing and speaking. You also need to have good communication skills, and I think you have to understand Japanese culture as well.
Are there many non-Japanese staff in the consulate?
There are 5 people, so of the 17 staff, 5 people are non-Japanese.
For students like us considering to carry on with Japanese, or language studies into our senior years at high school, what do you think the benefits are for both life skills and career-wise?
I think career-wise it's definitely useful when you're looking for a job if you have the extra skill of a language on top of your other qualifications, especially as New Zealand has a large international community. A lot of the business here is based on trade. I also think it's very good not only to improve Japanese but to improve your communication skills and your understanding of English and your own language as well.
Thank you, Catherine.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
And letting us interview you today.
Thank you.
You have just seen one example of someone using Japanese skills in their job.
Now, we'd like to challenge you to get into your community and find people who are using Japanese skills in their job.
For more information about the competition, ask your Japanese teacher.
But for now, sayonara!